All right, so let's go ahead and we'll start this up. I think I'm recording now. I wanted to go ahead and record these earnings sessions. I think they're pretty. I think they're pretty cool. So anyway, we got Chipotle just came out. Woo,
And Chipotle is sinking after hours.
69 versus 163.
Q3
Ooh,
EPS 69 cents. Estimate was $1.63.
69 versus 163. Sales, comp sales plus 1% versus estimated 1.2. That's ugly. That is ugly. 307. Good night, CMG.
Shares are down 6% after
That's a
hours.
horrible miss. There goes a VPOC being taken out. We talked about these. Boom. There goes that taken out. What else came out here in the there's a bunch that came out right after the open. Usually they wait till 4:05, but
Lumina
sometimes
EPS
they come
beat
right
reported
out.
$1.11. Estimate 99 cents. Revenue also beat 714 million. Estimate 693 million. So it beat by Illumina.
So that's that one. iRobot was the other one that came out right off the bat. Yeah, there was no weeklies in this one, so I kind of feel like I got the excuse on this one. The only thing I didn't like with
Chipotle sees fiscal
iRobot
year comp sales up
is this name
6.5%.
could
Estimate
not
was
retake the
7.2%.
200-day moving average here in the last couple weeks, but it looks like it's doing. It might be doing here up to 81 bucks. So that's good. I think somebody played that one in the room. Congratulations. What else came out here? Illumina came out. What else? There's a couple other ones. AT&T, Texas Instruments came out. Sorry about that. Like right after the bell, some of these names.
Illumina guides higher for the year.
ILMN came out.
Sees
Looks like they had some good
373 to
results.
378. Estimate
215.
365.
Texas Instruments. Initial reaction was higher. They're now coming in a little bit. What did they do for their numbers here? Texas Instruments three. Looks like they missed, right? 380 or 357 to 38. Oh no, this is for fourth quarter. Apologies. That's their guidance.
And CapitalOne beat reported 242. Estimate 215
So
on
they did
revenues of 7
126 versus
billion.
112,
Estimate
412. So good, real good
6.81
numbers for
billion. So a
Texas
beat by
Instruments.
Capital
It's one
One.
of those names that had run up
Chipotle
very
down
nicely
7%
into
after
earnings,
hours.
which is why I didn't play it. And it looks like their
U.S. Equity Audio signing
guidance
off.
is a little bit stronger than almost right in line, maybe a little bit. I guess the midpoint would be higher than the estimate. They always give like a range, and then you take the midpoint. What else? AT&T. Let's go through their numbers just for curiosity purposes. Again, it's really kind of good to see like how these companies execute. Looks like in line 74 versus 74 on the bottom line. On the top line, looks like a slight miss, 39.7 versus 40. I think the expectations were pretty low for AT&T, so I don't. That's probably why you see them moving down. Chipotle again, VPOC tagged. Just lost it. Let's see if there's one on the hourly bar. Yep, there's one on the hourly too. Funny how that happens. And I think there was one down. Yeah, tagged that one as well to the downside. Won't need this one anymore. Did anybody else come out? Shutterfly. What about Akamai? Akamai is the one that moves the biggest for earnings, and it's up a lot, 54. That sucker really moves. Yeah, queso, no good, no bueno. All right, who else we got coming out here? It's 410. Probably have another set coming out. Well, Manhattan Associates. Did that name? I didn't see that name on the list. This name just, by the way, they reported on 1024, so they're coming up. That name just retook the 200-day moving average. I'm kind of interested in this name. This is Manhattan Associates. They don't report. They don't report till. Or was it today? Sorry. Yeah, I guess it is. Let's see if that one came out yet. MANH. 51 cents versus 49, 152 versus 150. I did not see that on the list today, but Manhattan Associates looks like they beat slightly, reaffirms year forecast. Pretty good numbers. That's why you could see them up a little bit. But they reclaimed that 200-day moving average just about a week ago, and real nice, powerful move there. So maybe was providing a little bit of information before their earnings. iRobot sees 165 to $2 for EPS. Estimated 168. And let's see, and we'll keep the room open here about another 5 minutes or so. We'll see who else comes out at. Oh, we didn't get AMD yet, did we? I didn't see AMD. That must. Hopefully, that's at 4:15. Let's see who else. CapitalOne also came out. I feel like I'm missing names here, but Visa's tomorrow. TMO, COF. Right, AMD is today, right? Yeah, it just says aftermarket. I don't have a time on them. Let's hope they come out at 4:15. Chipotle. They're saying hurricane is the reason. hmm Capital One. Capital One is up. Where's our trades for TXN? I was actually exchanging a couple messages with GoTrade. Very nice that he puts those on there, his earnings trades. Yeah, I mean that's. I guess that's the excuse for the quarter when they use. Let's see if we have anybody else here that's of interest. We got about another minute or so before the next wave. Again, it's always 4:05, 4:15, and some at 4:30, but for the most part, 4:05 and 4:30. Yeah, COF, nice move. We'll kind of just look at a few other names here. Let's see how things are kind of settling in as we wait for the next group. AT&T now down a little bit. CMG is still down. What do we got? 308 in that one. TXN, kind of what I would expect for TXN. Great numbers, but again, huge run into into earnings. At this point, I'm sorry to say, but it's like, what else can you expect here? Even though they had great numbers, I really do think they had great numbers, but this thing's gone from 82 to 96 here in a very short amount of time. And then who else? iRobot was another one that reported. And coming in here a little bit, back to 77. Where did a couple of the other names that reported this morning? Caterpillar, fine. Um, 3M kind of came in a little bit. There goes Edwards. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Edwards fourth quarter EPS 84 to 94 cents. Affirms your EPS view. Let's see what they said here. Got some, looks like some noise in this quarter. EPS 88 cents. Juniper's out. Third quarter. They, keep in mind Juniper already came in and said that they weren't going to make their numbers, a couple weeks ago, and then they were downgraded by a couple shops, and then they came in and said that they weren't going to make their numbers. So it affirms your EPS view. Kind of a cloudy picture here. EPS 88 cents with tax benefit estimated 86. Sees high end of 2017 revenue guidance. Okay, so I think pretty good for Edwards. I don't know why it's down. We'll have to see if that changes. Let me start looking at some other ones, and I'll come back to Edwards. Yeah, Juniper, good night. Some of these names it's tough to really expect. And again, this is a good example of what we saw earlier, which I'll bring up. Let me just look at the numbers first, and then we'll kind of talk about what we saw in option flow today. 55 cents versus 56. So a penny miss, and revenue in line with expectations, and they're down. So what can you learn from this in Juniper today? What have I said all day long, or what have I been saying this week? Try not to pay much attention, or I don't pay much attention if there is calls bought the same day as a name reports earnings. You could check and you could see that somebody bought weekly calls for 45 cents. 3,000 of them. Sweep opening, pre-earnings. Everything looks good on this trade as far as a buy. Doesn't matter. Dunkin' Donuts, brands complete securitization financing. So everything looked great in that buy. And look at what the stock's doing after hours. Now, maybe it goes up tomorrow. I don't know. But I just have learned to ignore the names and watch it reverses and go higher now that I say that. But initial reaction is lower. We'll see what happens. Ignore those names unless they come in like right at the last 5 minutes, because then I think maybe they're onto something. But if normally when they buy calls the day of earnings, it's noise. What's going on with Dunkin' Brands? That was a name that we've seen call buying in a couple weeks back. I think they may have unwound some of their calls. Looks like I don't know if they were due to report. Looks like just some financing news. No AMD yet, right? I didn't see AMD flash across the screen. Nope, no AMD. And wow, EW is moving down. Well, this was the one that I liked, and 105 down to 105 for earnings. Let's see. Misses by 2 cents. This is misses by 2 cents. Misses on revenue. That's what Seeking Alpha says. I guess this is 88 cents EPS with the third quarter adjustment. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like I'm not getting great news there from. Clearly, it's not good. Down to 105. DFS is out. Looks like they're up 159 versus 154. MKSI, sure. I don't see this one reporting yet. I don't see this one out yet. All right, so I think that may be it. I do have to shut the room down before 4:30, so I guess we're gonna miss AMD. AMD must be unless it is moving up here. I'll check again. I did not see it a second ago. Man, I don't see AMD out yet. I think I would guess 4:30 will probably be when they come out, but it's funny to kind of see them up a little bit going into the name. Look at all these shares trading here in the, in the last. Looks like it could be a sale, but thanks. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning, pre-market. No, I don't think I'll be able to get the mic to work, but we'll see. And that is it. What was the other one? Visa is the other one that I sold a put spread in for tomorrow, but that's like I said, that's out tomorrow morning. AT&T now selling off. We'll just do one more quick look at some of these names. Chipotle's down. TXN is hanging in there. iRobot. COF is up. DKS is not DKS. DFS. Sorry. Oh, there goes AMD out. 10 cents versus 8 cents and 1.64. Very nice. Good. Good initial reaction here. 164 versus 151 for AMD. Oh, let's see what the guidance is. It is now turned down. 10 cents versus 8 and 164 versus 151. I don't have the guidance yet. But it is off now, 1380. Weibo is out. WB. Preliminary total numbers, 320 for Weibo. Were they due to report today? I did not see them on the list. No, that's preliminary numbers. Weibo beat is saying that their total revenue 320 versus 297. That's notable. And you can see, I don't know if that name is going to trade that much after the close. AMD now sees 2017 revenue up greater than 20% versus prior year. That sounds good. And AMD's down a little bit. We'll see if that comes back here. All right, so we'll end it there, guys. So some beats, some mix, some misses, a decent amount of misses, and some kind of underperformers. I'm surprised that the Edwards numbers don't look so hot. And a nice pre-announcement by one of the Chinese internet names, Weibo, WB. All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you back in the room tomorrow morning.